It's been 3 years since Dobbs, when the Supreme Court overturned the federal constitutional right to abortion. Now, state courts are playing a big role in defining the future of abortion in the United States. And at State Court Report, we're watching 2 cases in Missouri and Florida that could determine abortion access. I'm Alicia Bannon, a constitutional lawyer and expert on state courts. Since Dobbs, there's been a flood of state litigation triggered by laws that blocked abortions once federal protections were removed. 19 states now ban or restrict abortions, and recent cases in Missouri and Florida highlight some of the next-generation questions to watch. The first is what happens after a state passes a constitutional amendment to protect abortion rights. In Missouri, voters recently passed an amendment making it one of 10 states to explicitly codify abortion protections in their state constitutions since Dobbs. A state law banning virtually all abortions is now unconstitutional. But Missouri still has restrictions on the books, including extensive licensing requirements for clinics and a 72-hour waiting period that providers say make it very difficult to provide abortion care. The big question is whether Missouri's amendment limits the state's ability to put those kinds of restrictions in place. Right now, these restrictions are effectively banning abortion in Missouri. But there's ongoing litigation about whether this amendment means that these restrictions should be blocked. We're also watching a recent case in Florida highlighting another emerging issue, whether state constitutions can be used to limit abortion access. A Florida appellate court struck down a state law that allowed minors seeking an abortion to bypass parental consent requirements with judicial approval. They said it violated the rights of the parents. The next stop for the case is the Florida Supreme Court, and it could ultimately be heard by the US Supreme Court. It's a case that could reshape the state's reproductive rights landscape. We're following abortion cases across the country at State Court Report. If you'd like to learn more, you can subscribe to our free newsletter below.